is a tale of two San Franciscos. Just weeks after the city was cleaned spotless for President Biden's summit with Chinese President Xi Jinping, it seems to have snapped back with grime, crime, and a record-breaking homeless population back on the streets. A software engineer who just moved into town captured these images and says the reality is even worse. His name is Jeremy Bernier, and he joins me now. Jeremy, good morning to you. You have been posting a lot about this on social media. You are clearly a thoughtful guy. So how would you describe what the Tenderloin district of San Francisco is like?
It's a disgrace. So I've been to 50 plus countries and traveled the world. I've never seen anything like this. I mean, I've seen poverty before, but this is like an open air trap house. It's just ground zero of the fentanyl crisis. You've got people literally smoking fentanyl, taking these drugs out on the streets. And of course, you've got the tents and camps while you've got a playground with children playing right nearby. And this is blocks away from the mayor's office. It's just unbelievable to me that a city and country with such immense wealth can have such just blatant poverty and suffering right out there in the open.
It's so true. And we're playing some of the videos you sent us, and it's just so sad. It's hard to find words to describe it. And maybe it does take somebody like you who's traveled around the world to come into San Francisco and in a very nonpartisan way say that this is wrong. Something isn't working here. And you said that you tried to visit London Breed, but City Hall was closed that day. If you got a chance to talk to her, what would you say?
I would say, I mean, like, what is this? Yeah. This is a disgrace. I just cannot believe it. I mean, it's never seen this anywhere in the world. I mean, like, if you can't solve it, then we need to replace leadership to somebody else who can. But I mean, you can say all the things in the world, tweet whatever, but it's there. It's clear. Everybody here knows that. And I mean,
it's so
you got to fix it.
Yeah, it's mind blowing. And you say also that it's in this point is so spot on. It's not a left or right issue. It's a human issue. What do you mean by that? I mean,
I think both sides, whatever your party is, you can look at this and see, like, this needs to be solved. This is a crisis. And I mean, we just got to come together and solve it. It's a matter of just having the willpower to solve it.
Yeah, I know.
That's it.
Yeah.
If we have the willpower, it would be cleaned up today, right? I mean, there are no cops there. There's nothing. I mean, you just got to care enough to solve it.
Were you living in San Francisco during that summit with Xi Jinping? And if so, did you notice a change?
So I first arrived to San Francisco a week before the Xi Jinping arrived. And I came into San Francisco expecting the worst because all over social media, it looks terrible, right? So when I arrived to San Francisco, actually, I was surprised that it seemed really clean and fine. I mean, yes, there were the bad areas around the Civic Center area, but the good areas were really fine. So I thought, oh, wow, this I mean, the media is showing like an overly dystopian view of it. Then I left the city for a couple weeks, just arrived back here on Saturday, walked through the Tenderloin, and I saw that. And it's like, okay, wow. Either it was cleaned up for Xi Jinping and then it got bad, or they never cleaned up Xi Jinping. I don't know, because I wasn't there during it, but it's definitely bad.
It is definitely bad. And, you know, you're a tech guy with a bright future ahead of you. You clearly have a big heart and you care about these issues. It's not your job to solve these problems or come up with solutions, but I'm sure you've thought a lot about it. What do you think needs to happen to fix this?
Again, willpower is the main thing. There needs to be law enforcement, but I mean, it's not just a matter of throwing druggies in jail. You got to give people the help they need to get unaddicted to these drugs and get them off their feet, give them the basic necessities like housing, food, so that they can have the bare necessities to get a job, become self-sustaining citizens, become productive members of society. There are so many things. I mean, there's a lot of things there, but I think also the government needs to consider something like perhaps a universal basic income in order to give people the basic safety net to get a job. Because again, it's not just getting people unaddicted, that's a main part of it, but it's getting people back on their feet, able to get jobs, become productive, fulfilled, happy members of society.
Well, it's not just about the taxpayers and the residents like you. That's a big part of it, but it is also about the drug addicts, and leaving them on the street in the condition that they are is not compassion. They need help and they're not getting it. Jeremy, thank you so much for highlighting this issue in the way that you are. We appreciate it.